Right, good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome along to Assembly, Fun Time Friday, final assembly of this half term. So welcome along, and I hope you're all well. We're going to get cracking in just a sec, but I've just got to say, so impressed with the learning that's happening both at home and in school. We've been blown away by some of the fantastic work that's happening at the moment. So keep that up. You really, really are impressing me. There's some amazing stuff going on, and I'm just so impressed with what's coming in from home that you're working on hard with your parents, and then also the stuff that you're doing in school. So keep that up when we come back after the holidays. But before we go any further, I want to think about everybody that's contributed to the work at home. So thinking about children that when you've been sitting there working at home on your computers, or you've been doing your work on your sheets, we want to give a big thank you to your parents or your grandparents, whoever's sitting and working with you and helping you to stay on track. So a great big, huge round of applause to all of those parents and grandparents that are helping at home at the moment. Right, let's get cracking with our mentions. So we're going to go in a different order this week. I always start with meerkats, don't I? But I'm going to start with the other end of the school. So I'm going to go straight to the lion class to begin with this afternoon. So here we go. So Mrs. Gatt says, hello, can we have a mention for Scarlett for her amazing twist in her ghost story? Emily B for great vocab and speech in her ghost story. Lexi for an amazing alternative ending and super vocab and punctuation in her ghost story. Brandon for amazing independent writing. Sophia for amazing vocabulary and a clever cliffhanger. Eleanor, Sophia, Emily H for amazing effort in their fractions maths assessment. They've demonstrated great listening skills over the past few weeks. Lily for super factual writing about pandas. Isabel, Sophia, Scarlett, Bryony, Wilf, Evie for creative French work designing a drinks menu. They've all been amazing this week and have worked really hard. They definitely deserve a break from schoolwork, says Mrs. Gatt. So well done to our lions that are working incredibly hard at home at the moment and in school as well. So going to Tiger's class next. So we've got Miss Smith has sent a special mention through. So special mention to all of Tiger class who have totally blown me away, says Miss Smith, with their knowledge on mixed numbers and improper fractions via our Kahoot quizzes. Also, Lewis for Izzy Independence for his literacy paragraph. Leah for Izzy Independence for improving a sentence and using a colon. Brody, Caden and Dylan for Richie Resilience and Izzy Independence for adding more literacy skills into their writing. More than what we'd asked them, says Miss Smith. And Lily for her Chloe Creative in her writing. So well done to Tiger class for their super effort at home and in school this week. Panther class, Mrs. Gray sends a huge hello to you all. And she says, I've got quite a few mentions this week, Mr. Richardson. So firstly, can I mention Harry Dallison for making a very impressive sculpture of a snail out of snow. So well done. She's told me I need to go and have a look at Panther's chat space on Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to go and have a look at that a little bit later on, Harry. April Wortley. April's and her sister planned and made a beautiful evening meal for her mum and dad's wedding anniversary. They even set the table and dressed as waiters for the evening. So I need to go and have a look. I have that photo on Microsoft Teams as well, April. That sounds fantastic. If it wasn't for a lockdown, I'd be asking you to come out and serve at my house. James Weston for his amazing math skills. He's been working so hard in lessons and has solved some complex problems, as well as spotting patterns and transferring skills into new areas of maths learning. Incredible, says Mrs. Gray. So well done to you, James. Max Jakowski, producing work at home to such an incredibly high standard. The content and presentation is outstanding. His hard work has been consistent throughout this period of home learning. So well done, Max Jakowski. Hallie Bruff is mentioned for her focus over the last few geography lessons has been oceans and continents of our planet. Hallie produced a diary of her journey around the world as part of a geography assignment. We were blown away by the creative and independent way she approached this task, and it was clear that she'd taken a great deal of time and care with the content. So well done to you, Hallie. And Miley Shanks Miller. Miley always tries her absolute best to complete all the tasks and assignments set on Teams. She sends us messages to ask for help if she's stuck and thinks carefully about her presentation. She's so independent and self-motivated, and we're really proud of her. I'd also like to say how proud I am of all of my Panthers for the last 5 weeks. They've been engaged, enthusiastic, and have tried so hard with all their learning. I hope they have a relaxing half term, says Mrs. Gray. So well done to everybody in Panther class. Super work. Right, let's have a look and see who's online this afternoon. So we've got Isabel Small that's watching. So hello to you, Isabel. Martha and Mabel are watching at home. Good afternoon to April Wortley, who's watching. Fenley and Caleb, and I know you've been busy at home, Fenley and Caleb. I've seen some great pictures coming in from home. Hello to Patty and Oliver, who I've also seen having fun in the snow at home. Hello to Kajanan. Hello to Max Sikowski that's watching. Hi to Amelia and Jess Mariano. Hello to Summer Clayton that's watching. Excuse me. Hello to the Dib boys that are watching at home. Georgina and Josh Walters that are watching. Hello to Ruby Wayman. Good afternoon to Angelina and Martina and the rest of the Mar crew. Hello to Isaac Pugh that's also watching at home this afternoon. So brilliant turnout for assembly this afternoon. So we're going to have a look at some pictures next. Let me find the pictures to share. So we've got Tilly Bow. Now Tilly Bow went to go and visit the Icicles of Scoresby, apparently. So I wonder where they are. So we've also got Oliver that's been out and about in the snow. And the snow's just about disappeared now. Hopefully it's going to warm up a little bit. I did spot this strange yellow thing in the sky yesterday. The sunshine shining. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that. Here's Patty out in the snow enjoying the weather. Now there's a story here, isn't there, Charlotte? So this is Charlotte Marsh. And in Key Stage 1, they've been looking at the Chinese New Year. And yesterday they had an opportunity to try some Chinese food for those children that are in school. And the children at home were asked to see if they could try some Chinese food. And this is Charlotte trying her meal. Now, Mum sent me this picture. I said, oh my goodness, look at the size of that portion. It's as big as her head. And apparently this is her daddy. Her daddy set up this portion for her, but she looks like she's enjoying it, doesn't she? It looks delicious. And here we've got Theo. So Theo is doing his phonics here. He's doing his letters and sounds, and he's playing the game at home. I've seen lots of brilliant pictures of you, Theo, busy working at home, making me very, very proud. And his brother Max. And I mentioned it on Monday night that Key Stage 1 are looking at Chinese New Year. And here's Max doing his Chinese lanterns. Martina Ma has been working really hard at home. So impressed with you, Martina. And finally, for the time being, Jack and Josh. So here we are, busy designing our board games, boys. Really impressed. Okay, let's come back to some more of our mentions now. So we've got Jaguar class. So Jaguars, Miss Lumley says, I would like to say a huge well done to all of Jaguar class. They continue to impress me and make me so proud with how they adapt to online learning. I've been so impressed with all the children this week, but would like to give these children a mention for their outstanding effort. Maya John, Jessica Charlton, Liliana for excellent Connie Communicate when they're solving problems in maths. Summer for some super independent maths. Well done. Charlie Ray for some lovely photography work, Charlie. And I'm seeing it in school, Charlie. Some of that work that's been coming in from home is now going up on display, ready for when everybody returns to school. And finally to Olivia for her lovely, well thought out reading river. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of these reading rivers. We were doing it in a staff meeting a couple of nights ago. A huge well done to all those children who regularly submit work and join calls. I hope everybody has a lovely half term and I'll see you soon, says Miss Lumley. So well done to Jaguar class. Leopards. Let's have a look. So Miss Lumley says, wow, Leopards, what a half term we've had. You've all done so well with your learning at home. If you've been working in the classroom, a massive well done to you too, as you've shown such independence and patience. Here are my extra special mentions for this week. So Zachary, Connie Communicate and Chloe Creative when writing some fantastic sentences using apostrophes for possession. Brian for Pippa problem solving when writing sentences using apostrophes for possession. Wow, that's a tongue twister, isn't it, Brian? Lola for Richie Resilience when learning the tricky cup game from our music lesson. So well done. Alicia for Connie Communicate when discussing how she has been resilient over this period from working from home. Brooke for Richie Resilience when completing the column method and completing a run around the perimeter of the school field. Now, Brooke, I was so impressed. I saw your maths work this week, didn't I? You wrote it down to show me. So impressed with your resilience. You've stuck at it. You've worked really hard. And the penny dropped in it. You've got it. You understand how to do it. That's brilliant. Caleb, Tyler and Oliver, Tim and Tom, teamwork when completing maths mystery together. So well done to you boys. And Louis mentioned for Connie communicate during our English lessons. So parents and children, you're doing a fantastic job, says Miss Hoogworth. I really hope you find some time over the half term to sit back and relax. You all thoroughly deserve it. Thank you for all your hard work this half term. So well done to everybody in Leopards. Well done. So we'll go to Puma class and then we'll have a look at a few more shout outs, shall we? So hello Puma class. Happy Chinese New Year. Today is the start of the year of the ox, says Mr. Crosby. We hope you've had an amazing week. Every single one of you has been an absolute superstar this whole week and half term and deserve a class special mention. So well done to everybody in Puma class. You've embraced the different ways we've been teaching and learning and produced some magnificent work. Mr. Crosby and Mr. Spencer Mrs. Spencer, are proud of you and the work that you've been completed and have uploaded to Teams. This week we've seen some super lanterns, amazing subtraction, trying Chinese food and discovering Chinese words. You deserve an awesome break over half term and we hope you do this whilst remaining safe and listening to your adults at home. A big thank you also goes out to all the adults at home too in supporting your children. We do hope you have a restful half term too. So brilliant. Let's have a look at some more of your pictures. So here we have Martha. So Martha's been making her Chinese dragons. Look at that, that's fabulous. Now there's another picture as well, Martha. We had that blanket over your head when you were practicing it being a Chinese dragon, weren't you? So that was fantastic. The Higgins family are busy baking Valentine's biscuits, ready for the weekend. Isaac has thrown himself into Chinese New Year and I saw an amazing Chinese dragon that you made, Isaac. And here you are with your colouring. So well done to Isaac Pugh. Georgie and Miley, and they were doing a joint maths activity here with a pasta. So here's Miley helping her sister out. Now, here we go. Here's Lily May. Look at Lily May kicking back, taking it easy. This is her pamper afternoon after a hard day's work. I need some of that, Lily May. Look at that. That's fantastic. Here's Isabella and Elliot making the most of the outdoors, getting out having some fun with their mum. Finley and Brody are getting ready for Valentine's Day. And Emily and Sophie decided to participate in the homework activity of trying some Chinese food. And you can see there that Emily's working particularly hard, isn't she, to help her sister out. And last but not least, I need to mention Jack again, Jack Gerose. So even though children are at home, it doesn't mean that I don't see what's going on, boys and girls. And Mrs. Milner's been telling me how amazing Jack's been with returning his home learning, along with Jacob Tilley. And so he got a special certificate that's sent through the post just to tell him how proud we were. So well done to Jack. Some super work going on there. Right, let's have a look at who else we've got online. Let's see. So, Han Sugar, afternoon to you. Loxley and Joss are watching at home. Hello to Charlotte. She says hello. I assume she's recovered from a huge Chinese. And the Lawrence boys are also watching. So hi to Lewis and Ollie that are watching at home this afternoon. Right, kangaroos. So Mrs. Milner says, a special mention to Jack Gerose, always joining every live lesson and always sending back his work. Well done, Jack. Jacob Tilley, always joining every live lesson, always sending his work back. Well done to you. Ollie Lawrence is mentioned for completing some brilliant maths work this week on multiplication and trying hard with his number formation. Macy Jurgens working really hard in class with her writing. And Maya Vedette for working hard both in school and then again at home. She's producing some super work across the curriculum. So well done to you. Excuse me. Crocodile class. Good afternoon, Mr Richardson from Mr Oglesby and Mrs Oldfield. I would like to thank all of our parents for their support over the last 6 weeks. Crocodile class have been working super hard and have adapted to the new learning very quickly. I would like to give a special mention to the following children. Ruby Holt for Richie resilience in her phonics work. George Atkins for his paper problem solving in maths. Carter Whiffen for his Richie resilience in his literacy work. Henry Dibb for his Izzy independence in his tricky word writing. All of Crocodile class have been working super hard. So have a great half term and keep it up. So well done to you. Okay. So I'm just going to have a quick look and see if there's anybody else online at the moment that I've not mentioned. And I'm going to do our final mentions. So who else have we got here? So I think I mentioned all of the Mars, mentioned the Marianos. I can see that all the Mar children are enjoying a bit of a treat there. It says the girls' buns are going down like a treat. So they must have been busy baking this afternoon. Fantastic. Although Dad looks like he's a little bit frustrated because I don't think he's seen these buns yet. And I think I've got everybody else covered there. I think I've managed to give a shout out to everybody there. Right, last few mentions then. Zebra class. I like to say I love all the Chinese New Year's decorations from Zebra class at home and in school, says Mrs. Hammond. But at school, Berry Brown is mentioned for amazing literacy work. Gabriella's for his fantastic work at doubling numbers. Kobe Dent for his super phonics. And at home, Mabel Griffiths for amazing 3D sweet house for the story Hansel and Gretel. Louis Plumridge for super PE activities at home. George Stanleyforth for super sentence writing in phonics. I wish them all a lovely holiday and I hope to see you all soon, says Mrs. Hammond. And then we go to Meerkat class. So a message from Mr. McConaughey. He's thinking about you all at the moment and he hopes you're doing really, really well. Mrs. Woolley and Mrs. Brown have been really impressed with the work that they've seen on Twitter, and well done to our boys and girls that are trying hard in school as well. So good news that Mr. McConaughey will be back in school from the 22nd of February, and we're looking forward to seeing him back. Right, two more mentions that have come in. One from Miss Kay and one from Mrs. Butler. So from Miss Kay, can I please give a mention to the Tiger class for their amazing effort with the hacker work that I've been teaching them. And a special one for Keelan Dent, because not only does he enjoy the work, he completes every task straight away and he even goes on to find extra information. So well done to you, Keelan. And then Mrs. Butler has sent in some mentions for the children that she's working with across the school. So she says, afternoon, Mr. Richardson, I would like just to say that to mention a few children from the class that I work across the school with. I've been seeing some amazing work from both children at home and children working within school. There's definitely been a lot of Richie resilience from all the children this term, and I'm so proud of all the children and their efforts with their schoolwork. Well done, Sunny Fields. My special mentions this week are Leopards, Bella Howarth for her super handwriting this week in my lessons, Olivia Platts for her amazing presentation, all the Leopards in school this week on Tuesday afternoon for their amazing yoga session in PE. They all work super hard using their Richie resilience. Jaguars, Olivia Wayne for Connie communicate skills in French. Alyssa Watson for Chloe creative skills in RE. Adam Opiaski for Richie resilience in PE. And in Tiger class, Leah Beasley, always been ready to learn at all times. Harrison Booth is Chloe creative skills in his French work. In Lion class, Emily Heptonstall, fabulous Chloe creative skills in her French work. Sophia Sables for amazing Chloe creative skills with her French menu. And then moving into Panthers, Max Jakowski for Izzy Independence with his home learning and always submitting amazing work. Well done to you, Max. Madison Jurgens for Chloe Creative in French. Riley Hayes for Connie Communication in French. Evan Smith for his Izzy Independence in French, so well done to you, boys. And Hallie Bruff for lovely acts of peace work in RE. So some super mentions there. Right, have I managed to give everybody a shout out at home? I can see Cooper's joined assembly. So hello to Cooper. I hope you're working hard at home, Cooper, and being a good boy for your mum and dad. Right, we're almost at the end of assembly, boys and girls, and it's the end of our first spring half term. So a strange one for you children that have been at home, but you've worked incredibly hard. You've impressed all of the teachers, all of the adults. So keep that up when you come back to school after the half term. Excuse me. So, 22nd of February is a staff training day, so it's the inset day. So, for you boys and girls, you've got a bit of an extended holiday, so there won't be any work for you to be doing on the 22nd of February, apart from sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of your holidays. But the teachers will be busy working on their training. And then we start again on Tuesday the 23rd of February. Tuesday the 23rd of February is extremely important, boys and girls, for two reasons. Firstly, It's Parents' Evening. So on the 23rd of Feb, we've got our virtual Parents' Evening, so video conferencing. So parents, hopefully you've booked your appointments online. We're going to give that a whirl for the first time. I attended my son's yesterday at his secondary school, and it worked out. It worked a dream. So hopefully it's going to work as well for us. So that's the first important thing. However, the second important thing, which is the most important thing about the 23rd of February, it's my birthday. So I'm expecting lots of special mentions and wishes for the 23rd of February. All right, just don't forget that one. So we'll come back to school on the 23rd of February. And we're hoping by that point we'll know what's happening in terms of getting the rest of the boys and girls back to school. So we'll find out on the 22nd of Feb about the rest of the boys and girls coming back to school. Now, while all that's been happening, so we've had the lockdown and we've got the half term coming up from next week. We've got lots of things that have been happening in school to get the school ready for when everybody comes back. So we've got some exciting things happening in foundation stage, so in nursery, in Mrs. Hammond's and Miss Brownson's classroom areas, and Mr. Ogilvy's outdoor area as well. So we're looking at developing the outdoors a little bit, so you're going to notice new things happening when you come back on school site. Firstly, the playgrounds in those areas have been re-tarmacked, and then over the next few weeks, extra things added, but I'm not going to give too much away. It's really exciting. The second thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a new path in school. So you'll discover that the children coming into school in the first week, but I'm not going to tell you where that path is. You have to find out when you get into school. And then lots of things that are happening inside the school. So the school's been tidied up, and we're having some new things put inside school. So again, I'm not going to mention too much about it. I want to see if you notice when you come back to school. So we're going to try and get the school sparkly, looking fantastic to welcome you all back as soon as the Prime Minister says it's safe to do so. So I'm going to leave you in a few minutes. Before I do, that makes sure that I've got everybody covered and I've given everybody a shout out. I have. Brilliant. So boys and girls, have a fantastic holiday. Have a really great break. I'm hoping that you're going to have a little bit of a break away from your screens because you have to do a lot of work online. So I'm not expecting to hear lots of stories about a week sat on your PlayStations or your Xboxes. Let's get outside and get a little bit of fresh air. Have a great week. Relax and enjoy yourselves. To the mums and dads and carers at home that have been putting in a massive shift at home in terms of home learning, I hope you get a chance for a bit of a break. Even if you're still working at the same time, I hope you get a chance for a little bit of respite. And we'll go again on the 23rd of February, boys and girls. So stay safe, listen to your parents, behave yourselves, and help out at home if you can. And I will see you back in assembly in the first week of term to start our second spring term. All right? So I'll see you for now. Bye-bye. Give me a massive wave. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you after the half-term break. Bye for now.